Hello everyone, today I want to talk about getting back into training. You might have had a bit of a long time off during the lockdown period. So if you are going back to training or if you are a beginner, you might be an athlete getting back into some sport as the sports facilities are open. Or during lockdown, you might feel that you've become a little bit more conscious about your health and fitness and you're going to start training when the gyms open up again. Either way, you're going to need to think about how you approach easing yourself back into your training schedule. You need to get a little bit of structure and plan how you are going to return back to training. What I tend to do with new clients when they come and see me to start a training routine is I put them in what I call a training to train phase. Now, depending on their current levels of fitness and their ability, this training to train phase can be anywhere between 2 to 8 weeks long. What I'm looking to do during this phase is a series of movement screens to check fitness levels, to check levels of ability, and how well people are able to recover after their training sessions. Once I'm happy that that client is moving correctly and has an understanding of everything that I want them to do during their training, I then move them into what I call a developmental phase. Now, this developmental phase can last as long as you like. This is where the detail comes in. This is where we're looking at specific goals, short-term or long-term, and how we are going to hit those targets. The detail we'll look at is what's included in each session, how much lifting we're looking at doing, are we looking at doing any cardio, is there anything sport specific that we need to look at, and what our timescales are. Of course, after the developmental stage, there is the maintenance stage. This is usually where you've hit the targets that you're set out to achieve, and you can now adapt your training and nutrition accordingly to maintain where you're at. This doesn't mean to say that you necessarily have to stay in the maintenance phase, because you might set yourself new targets, in which case you go back to the developmental stage and reassess what your goals and what your training outcomes are going to be. So for now, what you want to focus on if you've had a long layoff or if you are a beginner is your training to train phase. If you want to know more about what training to train involves, please get in touch with me on here and we can have a discussion about your program going forward.